let's look at this first one. A very basic question, but again, we can apply this framework here. Okay, I've got a point and a line. What's the actual goal of this question?
Find the equation of the line.
What though?
We have that.
It's a normal.
Okay, so find the equation. Alright, EQN. Find the equation of a line. So it needs to go through P, and it's perpendicular to what?
2x plus y plus.
To this line here.
Yeah. Where can you find y dash of that?
I'm going to call it L here. Now, why this is important, right? This is essentially just rewriting the question. But it's important that you're explicit in thinking about what the goal of the question is, right? I know that feeling when you get into a test and you're really excited, you see all these kind of questions, you've probably seen it before, and you just start writing stuff. You just start writing stuff without really what the goal in mind is. Have a destination in mind of what you're trying to answer, okay? Time and time again, we see it, that students get questions wrong, not because they don't have the ability, but because they're not really answering the question. Dylan, your question?
No, I was confused what that
Perpendicular.
Yeah, I've got it now.
Should be that, actually.
It's meant to be a line.
Yeah, all the way through.
And that right angle is supposed to be.
Both sides? And that. I don't know.
I don't know. When I draw it, I don't put the right angle.
Okay, cool. Alright, so, goal. Find the equation of a line through P, perpendicular to L, which we'll call that L then. Alright, nice steps. Now, this is probably going to come through experience here. Okay. But how I see this, right? How I see the steps that we take to answer a question. It's kind of like when you have like a masking tape and you're trying to find the end of it. Like, where do I begin? Where do I start, right? There's so many things going on, but I need to find the place to start. I know there's a lot of information I know about coordinate geometry. I know a lot about tangents and normals, right? But where do I start? Can anyone see where's a starting place for this question? Step one. That's all I'm looking for. Step
I
one.
would do y dash. Or get y by itself.
I would, yeah.
Would you do that as well?
I would try finding the gradient of the
Yeah, the
normal.
y dash.
Good. That's exactly
And
right.
then, yeah.
Let's stop there. First step, right? The goal is to find the equation of a line through P perpendicular to L. Right now I've got a point here, but where I really want to start is finding the gradient of L. So find the gradient of L. That's what I want to do. So that's step one. Okay. Step two, once you find the gradient of L, well, the point of finding the gradient of L is so I can get the perpendicular gradient, right? So what did I say? I said find the perpendicular gradient.
Is that m1 times m2?
Yeah, I'll come back to that. That's right there. Find the perpendicular gradient. And then step three, right? Think about what you have. You have the gradient that you need. You have the point that it needs to pass through. All you need to do then is just use point gradient formula. Okay, find the point gradient formula. Can you see, right? Before I've even launched into the question, I've just thought about what I'm trying to do. And that's led me to the steps I need to take. Okay, that's
you
what I
use
need
the
to
y minus y1 formula?
That is the point gradient formula. Yes.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Now, just some tips before I get into this, right? Just some tips before I get into this. When I'm looking for the gradient of a line, what form do I usually have it in? Yeah, I want y equals to mx plus b form. This right now is in general form, where you have everything on one side and the other side is equal to 0. So you want the y equals to mx plus b form before you really do anything. The other tip I would give you for this one is what Jesse said, right? For the perpendicular gradient, you know that m1 is equal to the negative reciprocal -1 of m2. So whatever the gradient of this line is, you take the negative reciprocal, and then you can get the gradient of the perpendicular line. That's it. That's it, right? Okay, can you see that? Okay, so a relatively easy example, I've broken down into a framework. Goal, steps, tips. That's really all you need to answer any question. And obviously, they're going to be to varying difficulties, right? But that's the whole point of a framework. You're meant to be able to apply into any case, or at least it's meant to help you in some way. Let's just go through with this one and follow it along. So, firstly, to find the gradient of L, I'm thinking tips. Okay, I need it in y equals to mx plus b form. Let's rearrange it. So this is L here, I've got 2x, this is a bad pen. 2x plus y plus 4 equals to 0. I'm going to rearrange it so that's in y equals to mx plus b form. So y equals to -2x minus 4. Okay. So in this case, is that right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. In this case, my m1 would equal to negative 2 because that's the coefficient of x here. So what's m2 going to equal to?
Half.
So I want the negative reciprocal.
Oh.
Yeah. So half. That looks right to me. Okay. So that's what
So
I've
you
got
didn't
here.
get the same answer as well.
Yep. So here's first step. Find the gradient of L, which I did there already. Find the perpendicular gradient. I've done that now. Step 3. Use point gradient formula. So I know I've got a gradient here, and I know I've got a point, negative 1, 3. As Jesse said, all you have to do is substitute it into your formula. Y minus y1 equals to m outside of x minus x1. All with the goal, not forgetting, all with the goal of finding the equation of the line through that point, which is perpendicular to the line that we're given. Okay, so x1, y1. And then we just substitute my values in. I've got y minus 3, yep, equals to m outside of x minus negative 1, which is just going to be, yeah, and sorry, I shouldn't have written m there, it should be half. Cool.
The same answer as me.
Now something like this, I can just expand out the brackets. Y would equal to half x plus 3.5, 7 on 2. Yeah, I think that's right.
Is that
That
3.5?
correlates to 3.5, right?
Yep.
Yeah, 3.5.
Okay, so that's it. That's how we can use this GST framework to answer any question. Any questions about that?